Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Robin Rosado. Today we're going to talk about how we're turning our shoulders in our backswing. It's something that we talk about a bunch, so I'm really excited to talk about it. So let's go get started. Okay guys, so the shoulder turn, how are we turning our shoulders in our backswing and on our follow through? We talk about a whole bunch. And I know the first thing I hear when I'm going to start talking about this is, well, Robin, I'm just not flexible. I can't turn my shoulders all that much. Well, this first part is that can be a little bit of a test for you. I want you to go ahead and you can take a club or just place your arms on your shoulders here and don't move your hips at all, don't move your legs. And I want you to just turn your shoulders as far back as you can. So for me, by doing that, that's actually only about it. You can see I'm about a 45-degree angle. I can't really go much further than that. And a lot of people out there, and if you stand up out of your chair right now, you try to do this, you're gonna be, without moving your hips, you're gonna be somewhere in this realm over here. Now, I want you to do is I want you to take your right hip or your back hip, and we're gonna try to push that back a little bit here, back and away. So you notice if I do that here, if I push this right hip back, look what's starting to my shoulder turn. And if I go even more, as far as I can go, well now, I'm at a pretty good point here of a lot of shoulder turn. Now the next part, this is gonna be our third part of this test, you're gonna lift that left heel off the ground. So now if I lift that left heel off the ground, look how much more I got. Now I'm in the same ballpark as like Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson. I have a huge amount of turn now because I've freed up my lower body. So that is your first test. I guarantee if you do that, you're gonna get a lot more shoulder turn you did when you first opened this video. Okay guys, so now that we just got done doing that test and seeing how far you can really take those shoulders, when I mention shoulder turn, a lot of people, they usually give me two things that they say. The first one being actually a reverse pivot. When they try to get a big full turn, they try to turn, and I hear people say, well, I can't do it because I'm gonna get reverse pivot. So reverse pivot is when our upper body is kind of tilting towards the target line, maybe a little bit towards the ground, and from there it's just hard to recover. You're either gonna stay really steep and stick the ground, or you're gonna adjust, over adjust, catch it at the ground beforehand, thin it, hit the ball all over the place. So reverse pivot, not good. And the other thing I hear people say when they're trying to get a good full turn is they say, oh, I can't do it, or I don't want to do it because I'm losing sight of the golf ball. So both of those, they shorten up their swing, trying to not have a good full turn, just to hit it solid, don't hit it really all that far. Maybe they're hitting it straight. So both of those, and this drill I'm going to talk about is going to attack both of those common things that I hear the most when it comes to shoulder turn. This drill is going to be really good for you guys to not only help you not get a reverse pivot, but also allow you to keep your eye on the golf ball while getting a good full turn. So let's go and dive into that drill and see what we can do from there. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and dive into this drill here, talking about how we're gonna get these shoulders turned fully in the backswing without having a reverse pivot and without losing sight of it. So let's go ahead and, I got my driver here, normal setup, and I've got a alignment stick, and I'm gonna place it right off my back foot here. And now I'm gonna take my club and place it across my shoulders, make sure that button and club's facing down the range. And this is an old drill that we've been doing forever, but now we're gonna put a little bit more meat on it. So when you start turning those shoulders back, I want you to be mindful of your button and club and where that's pointing. So as you're turning back, this is the reason why we have this alignment stick down in the ground. So it gives you a goal to where you want that button and club to be pointing. Now, be in mind, I don't want you to feel like you're sliding on this golf ball. This is an over-exaggeration because remember, reverse pivot is a tilt backwards or tilt down the target line when you're turning back. So this is giving you an over-exaggerated feeling of how you should get loaded up into that right side, really getting that good full turn, because from here, I can't really, you can see it's hard for me to really get that reverse pivot. So I'm feeling all these muscles really stretch out here, giving me that over-exaggerated muscle memory. So then I won't be really feeling when I take it back, reverse pivot. Now, what's important when I get the button and the club pointing down at that alignment stick is you can see one thing when I was talking about when people lose sight of the golf ball, when they're rotating back, they're very level with the shoulders. So you can see right here, I can barely see the golf ball from the bottom of my eyes right now. But if I tilt those shoulders down, again, this is a little bit steep or over exaggerated if I wanted to, but now I can really see the golf ball with this massive amount of turn. Another good checkpoint for you when you're making this turn is to really feel like your right shoulder is higher than your left. Again, an over exaggerated feeling, but we want it sometimes when we're struggling with one thing, especially losing sight of it, we want to get that over exaggerated feeling of how it should feel so I can really now, man, I can really see the golf ball. So now as we're coming on through, as we're rotating down, same deal, you can see club has done the same thing. About this point of my golf swing and my follow through, I'm still in my spine angle, my chest and my belt buckle feel like they're facing the target line. So that's really, just do this drill Do it 20 times before you hit a golf ball. Get that over-exaggerated muscle memory feeling to really get you loaded and get the right amount of tilt on your shoulders so you can keep your eye on the golf ball as you do this drill. All right, guys. So now we talked about the test, and then we did the drill to help you get a good full turn. Well, let's go ahead and put it into practice. So in this swing, I'm gonna take one practice swing, trying to feel everything I felt with my shoulders as they're rotating back. And also, I'm able to keep my eye on the golf ball. But also what I'm gonna do in this one is allow my right hip to go. I'm gonna lift my left heel up a little bit so now I can get a really, really big turn. So go ahead and, like I said, you're gonna do that now 20 times, just 20 practice swings. And when you're ready, go ahead and step up to it. And now you're ready to get a big, full turn. All right, guys, good luck working on it out there. Have fun as always, and play well. All right, guys, I'm glad you enjoyed that video. Well, there's two things we talk about as far as distance, and one of them being the turn and lag. Well, we got touched on the turn, but now we're talking about how we can get some lag in our golf swing. Well, this previous going to play here in a second is on talk about lag. And go ahead and click on the iCard. It's going to take you to the full version, and now you guys be ready to be hitting some drives out there. So good luck working on it. Have fun as always, and play well, guys.
Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see, and in this drill what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building the lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a three-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.